So just a point about leg locks and safety. The best way to be safe with leg locks is to train leg locks. You have to know what is possible. Otherwise, you'll never get any good at defense, number one. And number two, you may hurt yourself. Leg locks get a bad rap that's undeserved. Husamar Palhares, he submitted a lot of people and then broke their ankles after they tapped, just because he had that problem, whatever his mental state was or whatever. But ultimately, they're not dangerous techniques in my mind, okay? So in the case of this particular heel hook, when I come over the back, and I start to bring him all the way down to the mat, before I've got his knee all the way to the mat, it's possible for Rudy to take a back step with this leg, and it's not dangerous for him, okay? This is not one of those rotations where I have a control that would automatically like rupture his knee, unless I already had everything in place. But when we get to here, we've got a little bit of an issue, so to speak. I'm gonna go with him, bring the camera this way. I'm keeping a kind of nice tight grip on this. I don't want him to pull this leg free. If I come with something like this, I'm pretty sure he can pull that pretty easily. I just have a grip like there. When he goes to get free, it's still pretty hard. I'm passing this over and I'm putting right here into my armpit. And then I'm looking always to line up my forearm parallel with his foot. From here, I'll take a very simple grip. To get some follow through, I'm gonna put my head down to the mat and I start to turn the knee. Yeah. So it's hard for me to finish up here. Does that make sense? Like when I go down here, I can kind of I can take my hips off the ground and there I can actually rotate the leg. Does that make sense? Whereas if I stay up here, there's kind of a limit to what I do because my butt is on the ground. But if I put my head on the ground, my butt can lift. And you feel that tension going through. I'm always keeping my grips very light for my partner. And I start to rotate at that point, okay? But I'm using my head to be able to get my butt off the ground. But it's important to kind of train this stuff right. Otherwise, without having trained this, you don't know when you can backstep or should backstep. But it is a viable escape for him to try to backstep. He's getting into a position where he has a much greater chance of escaping than when he's facing in that other direction, okay? Well, there's possibilities for him to escape from there too. But yeah, train more leg locks. Leg locks get safer, not less safe.